Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Harvey Beaks Late Afternoon Talk Show. I'm Milky, and I'm here today with TJ and Dreamcast, and we're going to be talking about the episode Kathy with a K, which is the second episode of the second season.
Yes, and along with that, we are also going to briefly talk about the other Kathy episode, Leave It to Kathy. This is sort of a Kathy-themed episode, I'd like to say. But hello, everybody. I am TJ, of course.
And I'm Dreamcast.
Okay.
Now, for starters, I feel like Kathy has been a pretty overshadowed character in the series. She's only been in those 2 episodes, plus a cameo of her at the start of later Dingus. So we really wanted to take our time to appreciate this character and what she has to offer as far as like the plot lines go. You feel me?
Yeah, that makes sense. She does make a few other cameo appearances. I believe she's also in the Fee and Foo's first birthday hotel episodes, like lifting up the flaps at the very end. But other than that, yeah, very, very sparing appearances for Kathy.
So for starters, I already said for starters, I feel like Kathy is a very good representation of, I guess, the kid on the sidelines, the kid who doesn't feel as if they really belong anywhere. That kid that really strives every day to find a community, to find a home, to find a place that they can call their community. And in Kathy and a K, I feel like a lot of the central plot of the episode was Kathy's attempts at harnessing a community for herself sort of went in the wrong direction, and it started coming with this unnecessary, unwarranted attention, which was a source of overwhelm for Kathy, whose brain was still yet to adjust to having this much attention. And them referring to her as Leaf Girl and not by her actual name, that sparked a feeling of insecurity that she had to confront. But we see at the end of the episode that she carries on, doing her videos. I don't want to say YouTubes, but whatever.
It pretty much is. It pretty much is.
Yeah, basically. And we kind of see how, like, even though things went not in the best direction exactly at the start, we can see how, like, Harvey and his friends helped Kathy, feel comfortable with this new hobby of hers. And we can see her very passionate and happy about it in Leave It to Kathy. That's all I have to say for now.
Fair enough.
I like how... Okay, finally I'll say something. I like how she represents the fangirl / dork girl archetype. I feel like I also like the joke, like when she's first introduced, they do the I've always been there with trope, which I usually don't like. I mean, I hate Profile in BFDI because they tried to do that, but with
Yeah.
Kathy, it worked because she's not annoying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, she's very chill.
Yeah.
I can understand why you'd hate that plot line, because I, at least in movies, I often see it used for, like, twist villains and things like that. So it's like, you get twist villains, you get I was always there. It's just a very, very common under those kind of circumstances in a film's plot.
Yeah, it's also
For
like...
sure.
It's just a really, really lazy way of inserting a character without doing any build-up. But
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess you'd expect something like that out of season 2. It was funny, kind of.
Yeah, it was funny, and
Yeah,
I
I
also
like
found it
it.
interesting because I believe it's the only time in the show where they reanimate or redo scenes that did actually happen in prior episodes. Like, it shows them up the tree, it shows them going Pachu, it shows Harvey getting his first scar, and I believe there's another one that features Kathy, like, was actually there type of thing. I don't think, aside from, like, further back flashbacks, I don't think they ever like reanimate scenes that they've already done type of thing. So I just found that interesting.
Yeah, it was
I
very
don't
fun.
know. I don't know, but there's nothing. There's none on my mind. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah, but about Kathy, yeah, really cool representation of the dork stereotype, and I just like how in her episode. Should we just jump to the episode, or should we analyze it? Like, not narrate it.
Yeah, I was thinking. That's what I
Mm,
thought we were gonna do, but it sounds like we've already like summed it up to an extent. So up to you
well,
guys where we go from this.
I mean, like, I only gave like a brief TLDR of the episode.
Ah,
I feel like
yes,
there's still
yes.
room for, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, well, TLDR about it is like Kathy just shows up. We see her debut. If Harvey is like a big fan of her channel, but she doesn't get views, they go to Fiafu. Fiafu tell them to go to Trev and that other guy, and they make her blow up, become a trend. She doesn't like that because people don't are not into her are not into her passion. Just her there for because she's famous. They make an entire convention over her just because she's famous, and she blows up in their faces because they do not actually like Leaves or even know her.
Yep.
So
They
yeah,
even make
the episode.
memes that are very 2016 or older type of vibe memes. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting to go back to.
Yeah. Well, so after the Kathy goes, has like a crash out, and they make a little friend group between them and the people that actually care about Leaves, Kratz and Piri Piri. I don't know why Kratz, of all people, would give a shit about Leaves.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
uh, I guess he probably just likes being around more people because it gets him out of his comfort zone, which gets explored
Yeah.
later on and prior.
Yeah, Kratz has a really like solid character development, but that's not our topic for today's video. Actually, now I realize it kind of is if we want to like put into perspective his development for Leave It to Kathy.
I was gonna
Never
say
mind.
yes. That's it comes into play later. Now, I like how the
oh,
episodes. Oh, sorry, Dreamcast. Go ahead.
that's how I just got. I'll reveal something for the people listening. This used to be a video for that. I was gonna make, but I got I got I lost motivation, so I quit making it. So I'm reading the script for that video, and I'm picking up ideas. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
CJ,
yeah.
you can go.
Yeah. I've done a similar thing. I've rewatched the episode today. I took some notes, and this is what we're going off of. I really like how it begins with like just an example of her videos type of thing and her showcases of it, because this definitely was what niche collector type YouTuber videos were back in the day. Like, I've watched a lot of toy collectors, game collectors, DVD collectors, all that type of thing throughout my time on YouTube, and it is very accurate to what kind of vibe they are and how they distinct one leaf to another type of thing, as you would if you were collecting frickin' amethysts or something.
Basically, leaves are clearly very special to Kathy in that sacred sense.
Yes, sacred sense is a good way to put it.
Yeah. Something interesting about Kathy with a K is the fact that it's truly the first season 2 episode. Okay, new Boogaboo
It's the missing
and
pancake.
yeah, the suspicion of the pancake or the mystery of the pancake. I don't know, but these episodes, yeah, they are the start of season 2, but they introduced us to Michelle. They have to like be there to introduce us to the new thing that will be there throughout the show. Uh, Leaf it to no, go ahead. Kathy with a K is the truly first season 2 episode when you're like we're done with the birth of the new family member and we're just into season 2. So very interested that they decided to go with that. I think that it's a good representation of what season 2 is. More comedy, more fun, more funny, but still heavy messaging.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
also like a broadened scope of like character development outside of the main trio. I feel like Kathy with a K is the stepping stone for that development of little bark kids.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
cool. She represents a lot of stuff. She's kind of like she is third dimensional, but she's still like I feel a minimization of the bigger character or
Yeah, like
bigger
there's a piece
character.
that's still missing in the jigsaw, but the jigsaw's still like 75% complete type of thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool.
Hmm. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. Technically, actually, you could say Steampunk was the first episode of season 2, but I do get the vibe you're getting off Kathy of a K, and the one afterwards, which I've forgotten the name of, is the first like traditional Harvey episode of the season. You got your crazy
Yeah.
big epic, and then you got your introduction, and now you got your traditional episodes type of thing.
How can steampunks be the start? It's literally in the middle.
Well, the intro has like Michelle in the egg type of thing, and I'm pretty sure that's a segment at the beginning of the episode as well. So
yeah. I just think it's
chronologically,
Really?
weird
it
that they
comes
like.
first in season 2.
I just think it's weird that they included like in the middle of season 2 with a season 1 intro, and it feels like it kind of jumbles the timeline.
I think
But
it's supposed to be on season 1, but it just got delayed or stuff in the work stopped.
yeah, regardless, that's
Mm,
But
another story for another day.
yeah,
mhm. Now for Kathy with a K. I feel as the episode gives us like sort of a dark insight as to, like celebrity culture today. Fans and stans tend to like minimalize the performer that they're seeing down to their performance and not down to like their needs, I guess, as human beings, as people who want to be listened to, people who want to be understood, people who want to be shown love and compassion, are instead gathered around with a bunch of fans that don't really know the person or what they into. They are just obsessed with the person for the status, for the purpose of like idolizing them into something that they're not. And so Kathy with a K, I feel like the plot that it dives into really hits close to home what we have to face a lot in today's world, and even back then in 2016 it wasn't any better, but yeah.
yeah, it is like a very interesting, like humanizing something like a trend, but I don't feel like it goes down to like celebrity level. I feel like it's just Kathy is just a normal girl that got fame that she never asked for. That is the main point, like the main plot point of the episode. I
Yeah,
think.
and it's almost similar to Dad Band in a sense because it's like it's all kind of kickstarted by Harvey, who has good intentions about just giving what he sees as amazing more notoriety and popularity. In Dad Band's case, it's his dad's band, and in this case, it's Kathy's videos type of thing. But then it goes too far, and then he kind of gets reminded that maybe Favored Fortune isn't so great. In the case of Dad
Hmm.
Band, it's the band starts to get more crazy and less like themselves, and in the case of Kathy with a K, it has a big toll on Kathy's mental health, and it makes her quite disappointed that not everybody who watches the videos actually has a passion for leaves. They just want the clout that comes with meeting someone famous or knowing someone famous. So I just found that
And
interesting contrast.
a lot of people become famous on complete accident, and it's like something that completely deviates from their intentions or what they're willing to do. So it like often comes as kind of a big shock to some people when, like, for example, they upload a video on YouTube for the purpose of like just having it be out there, and then they come back and it has like 100K views, and they have to deal with like all of this headache-inducing stuff with all the eyes being on them.
Yes, indeed. I do like it when media portrays fame as not this grand scope type of thing, and just a reminder that at the end of the day, you may or may not have wanted this, and you're still a human being or just a flawed person at the end of the day, capable of mistakes, capable of messing up, capable of still having dorky traits about you that make you stand out from the crowd, and it has some benefits, but it's more problems than meets the eye.
For sure, for sure. I also feel the reason why I like appreciate Leave It to Kathy, and like especially on Kratz's end, is because Kratz, I feel as he loves Kathy for who she is, and we kind of see this like I guess section in the episode where he's like, Harvey, I really like Kathy, and it's not just like because of her status. I just like it when she talks about leaves, and there's this like frame in the episode where Kratz imagines that he's a leaf and is being caressed by Kathy, and it's just really sweet. It's really sweet to see how Kratz is capable of, that kind of love, that kind of compassion, and Kathy clearly appreciates it too, because she's never really had that kind of source.
Very, very true. And I believe that's the only, that's the closest that the show ever got to, like, confirming a couple type of thing. They obviously hinted at it, or just made it glaringly obvious that Claire has a crush on Fu, and in Secret Gordon may or may not have set up a potential relationship between Piri and Harvey, but this one in Leave It to Kathy is just, like, as close to confirmed, or as much into detail as they would have gone, type of thing.
Yeah, about what Dreamcast said, yes, it is confirmed. Because like when you go to the wiki, yeah, when you go to the wiki, it like shows Kratz as Kathy's boyfriend.
Oh, that's cute.
Then like later, Dingus, we see them together.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is like a background shot. I swear we got to add more information to the Harvey wiki, because it's missing entire episodes type of thing in regards to pieces of information or glossary art and such. Something to do in the future.
I don't really know who runs the wiki, honestly. We can ask around.
For real, yeah.
There, did see them. They manage like a lot of other wikis all at once.
Yeah. That's I think it is on fandom.net, and that makes sense. Yeah, that's what happens with a bunch of other stuff. Regardless,
you can edit them yourself, I think.
That's what I was
we should probably do that one day.
Should check it out. Yes. Oh man, and I can't remember. I think this. Yeah, it was in Kathy with a K. At the end, when like Kathy is like all upset and disappointed that most of the people watching her videos aren't actually interested in leaves, Harvey and Co sing a comforting song to her about that we do actually care, but before that he sets it up. He like hands over a ring box that has a leaf in it, of course, but it's just like, you cheeky bastards, putting a little innuendo there.
Right? And like Kathy's reaction when she believed that Harvey was into her was very like uncomfortable to watch.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I like that when the fact like the second we meet Chris and Triv, we already can see through them what fame, like internet fame, is all about. They don't want to see anything from Kathy. They cannot even say her name, and they when Harvey says find her a few kids that like Leave as much as she does, they say we'll make her a viral sensation and get more viewers than that one video.
So it's almost
And I
Yeah,
like
think
their
that's
intentions are very skewed.
yeah.
very clever writing that just foreshadows the later events through just like I know I know maybe not everybody focuses on this stuff, but it is like very interesting how the first time you meet a character, you might just know everything about them and like through the way that they talk. And I like how Chris and Triv kind of represented that kind of fame.
For sure. Do Chris and Trev appear in other episodes? I forgot.
I believe so. Not sure which one's though. I do love how although they have this persona of just being this, hey guys, what's up, check out my latest video type of thing, like in their videos, and even how they talk to Harvey and Kathy when they're trying to get her famous. At the end, once they sing that special song, they are there with her and encouraging her to be herself and to keep enjoying Leaves type of thing, because it goes back to again humanizing them type of thing. That's although you may see them as this just eccentric personalities that are all for the clicks, all for the likes, all for that type of thing, with what like a lot of online social medias are, they could still be decent people or just have that good side of them that they just want everyone to be happy and alike.
I think that they're just like I think that they're inspired by that one podcast starring the guy and the woman that both wear hats. I'm not saying which podcast it is because they're pathetic pieces of shit and they're gonna flag the video if somebody mentions them. But yeah, decent versions of these people if they were decent people. I think like caring about trends and caring about trends and not caring about anything else, but and changing the whole internet flow with just one video, but deep down, he still got a heart.
Yeah. I feel as if Harvey Beaks in general is very good when it comes to like humanizing characters, giving them dimension, even if they have some like very unbearable traits. Like for example, Princess with the couple episodes that dove into her lore, like Princess wants a mom, Princess Harvey, etc. It really goes to show that this show can tackle more than meets the eye inside of what a character believes, what they feel, what they think. And that ties in a lot with Kathy herself as well, and Kratz, where Kratz isn't just this, like, sort of, like, outcast that nobody really hangs out with besides, like, maybe Dade, and he goes unnoticed most of the time. But we can, like, see his strengths behind the scenes. Like, for example, when it comes to art, writing, understanding Kathy, being an empath, not even just Kathy specifically. He's a very understanding, empathetic character in general. So I feel as if Harvey Beaks is one of these shows that really excels at giving their character dimension and development.
Yeah,
For sure. Nearly everybody gets that good bit of spotlight and dimension around them.
Yeah, like Chris and Triff showing up at the end in the ending song. I feel like that was a really good moment just to show that they understand that they messed up. Sometimes popularity isn't everything. And the ending was like just pure genius. Like having her the thing is the build up to it is like having all of this attention all over her, making her a sensation, making her this big of a thing, but she doesn't care. Some people would kill. Some people would literally kill for that kind of popularity. But like Kathy gets it. she doesn't want it because nobody cares about what she actually like. Nobody knows her, the person who's just beyond Leaf Girl. Uh, like yeah, sure, they know that the fact that she likes leaves, but who cares? She's just famous. So she doesn't want any of that. She wants people that genuinely she can have a genuine conversation with about the things that she likes. So, having her crash out being is very impactful, I think, because she's rejecting something that people would actively kill for. Uh which is like very yeah, a very good moment and a very strong moment to show her passion. She's
Yeah.
Then the ending happens, and we see people around her that actually care about Leafs, and she's happy. Maybe nobody knows her. Maybe she's just like at the end we see a leaf blowing besides in front of Harvey's house, like showing how empty the whole thing is, and nobody's there to greet her. But she doesn't care because she has people around her that actually know her, that actually know her interests. It is a very cool way. Yeah,
Hmm.
It's cool that she like rejects something that most people would find it a norm to like chase and sacrifice their lives for. It shows a little bit of emotional intellect, I feel like.
Hmm.
it shows. It also shows how weird sometimes it can be because she sees all of these videos around her and this big balloon, and she's not like, "Oh my god, this is all about me." Like, no, she's genuinely weirded out, and I kind of like that reaction because, yeah, if somebody, I mean, realistically thinking, if somebody made a video singing about you and made an entire balloon and convention about you would feel weirded out. So I kind of like that.
Yeah,
That
and
it did
wouldn't legally you have to like give permission for that kind of thing to be done? That's a
Yeah, right?
question. Yeah. I
It's
obviously
just
know why that
scary.
wouldn't have been given any attention, but it's fun to think about.
Hmm. And
Uh,
like it goes to show that oftentimes we as fans we tend to treat like famous people who have blown up as sort of gods. I mean, when you look at some terms like idol, etc., a lot of these terms, or like stan, for example, like idol has a very it's connected to like gods and worshiping, whereas stan, it's like stalker fans. That's literally what the word is an abbreviation for. And I feel like that's the horrible truth behind like Kathy's fans, or like fans of any famous person in general. There's always going to be like the type of fan that puts the famous person on a pedestal, sort of like a god.
yeah, it's quite a
yeah,
little by
kind of
far
like
more the stan ladder than the fan ladder, that's for sure. And I can understand why it would make Kathy and even people around her very uncomfortable as a result.
the thing is, I don't want comparing Kathy to like a big celebrity because celebrities. The thing with celebrities in real life is that a lot of shit is hidden and a lot of shit is dropped under the rug. So I don't really think it's a that good of a comparison. I much prefer comparing her to people that blew up as memes. You guys know Star Wars Kid?
Yep.
I think that's the closest thing to an IRL Kathy. Like just a kid that randomly blew up. That's it. Just no celebrity or something like that. Like yeah, she maybe had the status of a celebrity, like a local celebrity of some sort, but I think that's not really the right comparison. There's not really much underground or even
Well,
gaming, like money gains from it.
Yeah, like if you think of a lot of the memes from 10 years ago, do they still get recognized today? Would you consider them famous? Because the answer's probably not, type of thing, because that's the thing of the internet and trends and stuff. After that little bit of time, they'll move on to the next thing. It's how it's always been.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I didn't mean for like my point to come across as like, oh, Kathy's a celebrity. I'm just saying that regardless of what you do, even if you just like upload videos of your pet lizard, you're always gonna be met with these types of people. I've had a YouTube channel before. It wasn't like that popular or anything. I think I had like 400 subscribers, and I still like got weird comments putting me on a pedestal. So it can happen to anyone, even if you're just like a small creator navigating.
Yeah, it's just the hive that is the internet and people being anonymous and such.
The thing is, I don't know how it is, but when people watch somebody, they always just expect them to like have a higher opinion of them. In reality, not really. The person you're watching is probably as big of a loser as you. That's
Yeah,
uh,
sure.
it's just the thing is like in a lot of communities that I'm in, I always feel like unless you're a big creator, like a YouTube creator in the community, nobody would listen to you. But the thing is, the only difference between you and that creator is the fact that they have the patience to make a video. Other than that, your points might actually be better than the YouTuber, but just because they're a YouTuber, oh, you're like, how can a YouTuber be wrong? No, they cannot be. They're words of respect. Man, I know unrelated, but maybe that's like a part of the whole internet sensation. Like being an internet sensation, you'll have people worship you and have like put your words up in the sky. It is really weird.
Yeah,
For
definitely
sure,
be
for
careful
sure.
about that kind of thing, folks. This is why it's very hard to convince me to have idols at this point in my life, type of thing. After seeing how just like one quick thing can snap a reputation in half, and the rise of cancel culture and the like.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, get inspired by people, but get inspired by them in specific things. Like, oh, I like this I like this player for the way that they play, but not for the way that they drink themselves every day to
That's a
sleep.
fantastic example. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I stick to the
For
things you
sure.
like about them more than other sides about them, and maybe even if you don't like them, still acknowledge them, type of thing, to kind of humanize them, type of thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also keep like in mind the fact that it's still a parasocial relationship. You do not know these people.
For real,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
a
you go.
no, you go.
Uh, like it doesn't matter how much time you watch them or how many times you think of them. You still or how many times you think you know everything about them. You do not know that person. That's it. That's just like go have your idols if you're gonna have an idol. Have your idols be people close to you, and even then, you know, they're not perfect. The thing is, people are like expect everything and everyone to be perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect.
Very
No,
true.
literally. And Dreamcast, the whole thing you said about like fans not really knowing the person and yet still acting like they do is something that unfortunately we see a lot. Even like outside of the famous people's scope. It could be like someone in a server or in a community that's like, I guess, of a little higher status than you. Like maybe they're a moderator, maybe they are closer to the like big leagues of the community, and you see like a lot of like smaller community members sort of like sucking up to that person even though they don't really have a connection or like something to build a solid communication off of. And when you look at like Kathy's fans with the whole like leaf girl thing and like interrupting her every time she tries to talk about leaves, it really goes to show that they really don't know her. They really don't know anything about her as a person. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It proves that people can just take like a minute's worth of information and claim to know everything, and it just makes me irate.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Very, very, very interesting point. Like, I don't know what to say. I guess that's a good point.
Very true. Now, in regards to Leave It with a Kathy, it's one of those
To Kathy.
episodes. I'll leave it to Kathy. It's another great example of like how fiction should portray like having crushes as children or stuff like that type of thing, because there's a big sense of innocence and focus on the fundamentals rather than like overcomplicating things or adding too much layers or drama or all this other type of stuff. It's just people that like each other for certain things and they need to come out of that comfort zone.
Yeah, it is a very narrow and basic look at love, but it is it is how to write it when they're kids. Just the basic concept of it, not like the harsh reality of it. But it is a it is a very cool episode when it comes to portraying crushes, and it's yeah, this like kind of lost my flow.
No, it's okay. I feel like all of us are like going a little off of script today. Me personally, I haven't rewatched the episode before the podcast, and I'm mainly like speaking off of memory. So it's like it's been a little hard to like properly gather thoughts, but it's okay. I believe we're getting the point across either way.
For me, I just woke up and I don't really feel like doing anything, so just so I just combining whatever I typed in the script, which I will leave, by the way, the script for my video down below. I'll keep it as a bonus.
Yeah, definitely keep it around, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna make that video because fuck no, still wanna. Yeah.
And
the thing but I feel like you go.
No, you go.
The thing with relationship to Kathy, I feel like it could have been stronger if Kathy didn't already have a crush on Press. Because I don't know, it felt a lot more weaker. Like, oh, they just are both into each other. Okay, I guess I know how this would end. I would have preferred if it's like she's Kratz. Why would I be interested in to just see a season as a friend? Because I hear this a lot. The only thing it takes to make a person attracted towards you is for them to know that you're attracted to them, or at least open that possibility. I would have preferred if they tried doing something like that, because they'll both having crushes on each other from the start. Not only does it beg more questions, okay, I can see why Kratz would have a crush on Kathy, but why vice versa? What is there that Kratz has that Kathy could fall in love with? So
hey,
yeah,
be nice to Kratz.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Maybe should.
I do think. Okay, sorry.
No, you go. I will say that.
Okay. I do think that the show is kind of trying to make a nod to, how some, I guess, partners sort of ease into the other person as they confess. A very similar story actually happened with me and my partner. So I liked them for a while, and then I confessed. I reckoned that they probably didn't share the same sentiment, but they agreed to start something anyway. And then as the days went on, you can kind of see how feelings developed for me on their side, and I feel like that's the case for a lot of couples. Kathy probably just heard Kratz's confession and then eased up into it right away. And I don't know, I personally think it's pretty realistic, depending on the characters or the people.
Yeah, I reckon that kind of story could work, but it needs extra layers or something to it to make it more interesting. I agree with Dreamcast. I feel like Kratz should have been the one that had the crush from the start, and Kathy was like, oh, him. And then by the end of it, they go on this adventure in the cave, and thus it kind of means more. when like Kratz asks the question right at the end and she says yes or something like that type of thing, because I feel like if they already like each other, then this was just could have happened off screen at some point or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah. It's also very funny how Kratz would rather. We joked about that in the episode while watching the episode. Kratz would literally fucking go and fight a cave monster, then tell his feelings.
That's a testament to men's and their priorities, isn't it?
Yeah. And like even on Kathy's side, where she basically like stopped caring about this stream more than she cared about saving Kratz. It's kind of funny and sweet at the same time.
Yeah. Harvey, something that we learned is that Harvey is a good fucking Cupid.
Yeah. I mean, he'll do anything if it means that his friends are happier type of thing. So whether that means being a Cupid, setting up birthday parties, and what have you, going through with something he doesn't want to do, there's just anything that will go to this little bird to make his friends just feel that little bit better.
I think that Kathy with a K is a very good representation of how good of a friend Harvey is. He is portrayed as like always knowing what. Nah, not really, but yeah, just a really good episode to also show off for Harvey. You know, he understands when he messes up. He always tries to make up for it. He always has the right intentions, but it's just the world that is against him. And I just really like that they showed Harvey in that light. You know, it's not an episode about him, but it still shows how he can grow as somebody, as a friend. Know how to instead of reaching out and making her everybody knows her. He just should have went there and looked for a few friends that actually gave a shit about Kathy.
Yeah,
and as I said, his dad band's kind of another example of that type of thing. Of Harvey always has good intentions, it's just execution might not always be as intended. Like, it's more complicated than meets the eye. And both kind of episodes end of a resolution that kind of finds the balance type of thing. Dad band ends of just Harvey sticking around and watching his band perform their rubbish music in the garage, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, Kathy with a K. It ends with them setting up a leaf club where they show off leaves and stuff. It shows what too little does to a person, what too much does to a person, and what the realistic balance would be like. And that's an important lesson that you could apply pretty much anywhere in your life.
Yeah, it's a good sentiment.
Yeah, and it's also very interesting how the first thing Harvey does is show the video to some friends, Fee and Fu, and how they say, haha, cool, they care about leaves. That's exactly what Harvey needed to do from the start. To just go to a few friends and show the video. That's what he needed, but no, he thought that showing it to the entire world would be better. And it shows just how also Harvey just has great expectations of everyone. The thing is, nobody's worth having good expectations over.
Yeah. When you dissect Harvey as a character and him still being a kid, still being very ambitious, dreaming big, it kind of goes to show the lengths that he goes to sometimes to, execute what he wants, what he thinks the other person would want. Like, for example, in Mr. and Mrs. Borks, where he wanted to throw his dad a bachelor party, and he went completely overboard, inviting Amazing Andy and setting up all of those slides, and in the end they end up getting stuck on the island. It's just a very I think good representation of Harvey's imaginative, sometimes in the wrong ways, mind.
Yeah. Full of ambition, full of heart, full of just commitment, and wanting to do the best that he can in these situations, even if it has further consequences that he's unable to recognize straight off the bat type of thing.
Yeah. There's kind of a triangle in there. Kathy, Kratz, and Harvey.
I guess a little bit.
I don't know what kid represents, but it's a very interesting dynamic between them. Harvey is like kind of the person that sets the whole world up, while Kathy and Kratz are the ones, moving it, getting the corners closer to each other.
Yeah,
Very
for
interesting
sure.
dynamic.
Mm.
Yeah. And leave it to Kathy, not fucking leave it to Kathy,
Kathy with a
Kathy
K?
with a K. Yeah, Kathy with a K. It shows also just like how there's no point in getting famous if you have no personality, if you have no passion. Because, like, let's say Kathy gives in to the whole Leaf Girl persona. She's, yeah, I am Leaf Girl, and she takes pictures. I can imagine if that was like an alternate, uh, an alternate story, she would just be forgotten about the next week because people found, I don't know, a new trend.
Or
Yeah,
in
So,
a
that's
different
totally.
scenario where the trend does like continue on, she just gets burnt out from providing the same type of content and getting the same memes out of it. It would just, yeah, it would deflate her type of thing. Because I see that with a lot of YouTubers when they like, especially if they like start out making variety content, find what gets them views, stick to what gets them views, and yeah, that just becomes pretty much their content from there.
yeah.
It's really a way to routinize the ways in which you like have fun and express yourself. It becomes like a 9 to 5 job that you have to stick to. Otherwise, you're gonna be forgotten about. People will like start jumping to other trends that are more consistent. It just really is accurate representation of the fast pacedness of like trends and memes and pop culture, which is very, I guess, headache inducing.
Very good way
Yeah.
to describe it, yes.
Even like, and even if nobody knows you, it's much better to have just a few friends that care about what you like over hundreds that only like care for your popularity. It like takes a desire. The episode takes a desire many of us seek. I mean, I don't really seek. I don't like fucking being famous, but many of us do seek and challenges it. It challenges fame, and that desire like shows us how it's way less important than it is, because in order to be yourself and not Leaf Girl, you have to be surrounded by those who truly care about you, the real you, not the like persona that people, the trend that people want to see you as. No, the real you, which is like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like
Hmm.
how like the symbolism of it. She's literally happy just because she made two new friends, Piri Piri and Kratz,
Facts,
over like
yeah.
having all of these other characters like surround her, because like, yeah, just a really cool character, like very strong motive for the character, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. And it just goes to the sentiments that I really like and I think everyone should use. I think it's way more important to have like 4 or 5 really great friends over like 100 people that are fans or 100 friends that you barely know type of thing. Like that difference is night and day kind of thing. And it does make me wonder whether like new YouTubers or new content creators are only starting up their things just because they want more people to talk to. And it's just a sentiment of they don't really want the fame aspect of it, they're just lonely type of thing, and they want to have that conversation that they feel like they can't have normally, like in their household or with their local friends and things like that. I know that's something that I very much struggle with.
There is like conspiracy theories that suggest some celebrities actually did like say, oh, they died because they died, but in reality they're still alive, but just living their normal life. I don't know if any of these are true, but they do exist for a reason. Some celebrities might just want to quit it all and live a normal life, but with Kathy, it's not that she wants a normal life. She does want change, but she wants like the smallest of change. She wants a friend, one of the like, yeah. She just wants a simple friend that cares. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree. I also do want to say that sometimes, ironically, when you end up becoming famous, it ends up making you feel more lonely. And I think that's what the episode was trying to convey to us, how Kathy felt. It dawned upon her that, these like numbers and blowing up haven't really gotten her, like new friends, new, people who are willing to talk to her. And it just there's this like we see this heavy weight of like loneliness and isolation pass on to her, and that applies to a lot of people who are like experiencing something similar. Like they'll get a lot of comments, a lot of likes, and it's like from people that are just watching from the sidelines but not really making an effort to reach out, and I think that's pretty damn lonely.
yeah, it is like it doesn't also help that some people. You guys know about Erika?
Yes, it's a very
Yeah.
tragic story and one that's really has hit home with me for a really long time.
Yeah, that's the reason why I kind of think being famous is kind of for the wrong because most people will just talk shit about you. Like, yeah, you will have people talking positively about you, but the thing is, just like how people want to have trends to have fun with, people want to have the enemy of the week. I like to call it like every week there's like one person that the whole internet circles around and hates. Whether that's like whether they did something bad or they just existed and made a video nobody likes. You know, that's just the reality of it. There was this trend on TikTok. Somebody made a song called "Don't Touch My Waffle." It is like very early YouTube ish. You know, furry OC, and it remixes a Kevin MacLeod voice song. It is kind of basic. People hate that video. They fucking despise that video, and it's like no, it's an okay video. There's nothing wrong with it. Like if you don't like it, just don't watch it. But no, people
Facts.
want to. People don't like. People want to be funny. The thing is, people want to be funny, and they think that when it's laughing at somebody else's expense, it is more funny. The person that made that video, you know, he is really mature. He made a video afterwards being like, I don't care. Be cringe, be yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I totally agree
This
with that.
actually I actually hark back to the season 3 episode ideas, and I just like had a vision for like what if there was an episode that like dealt with how Kathy, responds and deals with hate comments. Since she still does her YouTube channel anyway after the events of Kathy with a K and Leave It to Kathy. I want to see how that like challenges her mentality, challenges her passion, and what she can do to like curb it, go with the flow. It would have been fun to see that her go through that type of thing.
Yeah, it would be an
Yeah.
interesting story, I reckon.
It is like something else with celebrities, like the fact that a lot of people are like not maybe not celebrities, but like uh YouTube sensations or YouTube trends. People think that they're just better than anyone just because they're behind the screen doing this embarrassing thing. I'm not behind this screen. I'm not doing this embarrassing thing. Therefore, I as a person is better and is worth more than that person. Uh, None of Kathy. I know Kathy didn't face something like that, but it's also something. Since the episode challenges fame, here I am challenging fame again. Uh, it is like a very odd thing how just because somebody is like making fun of somebody online makes some users feel superior in a way.
For sure.
For sure.
I feel like Kathy could have faced something like that because like we only see the cool thing about the episode is that all of this all of the attention Kathy is getting is kind of positive. Sure, people are not caring about her as a like in her and her interests, but it's still a positive. They're still around her, caring about her, and wanting to be with her, like with pictures and stuff. All of that is positive, but she doesn't like it. We're like, we didn't even see any negative aspects of internet culture.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of balances
It is
it
a
out in a
very,
way.
yeah, very interesting fame versus passion dynamic for that episode. It is one of my favorite episodes too.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what I rated it as, but yeah, I think it's a really fantastic and really unique take or for a show like that to take on like internet famous, especially for 2016, because 2016 YouTube and 2025 YouTube, very, very different places type of thing.
Oh, now
Yeah, I
stuff
agree.
now are
It's all,
much worse.
yeah, it has gone a lot more out of control. Like I feel like if Harvey Beaks was set in 2025, Kathy would suffer twice as much as she did with it.
Yep.
Yeah. She would have like somebody fucking turning her video into an AI mess.
Oh lord.
Something.
Oh god,
I
Yeah.
never even thought
cannot
about
imagine.
that. Oh my.
Or like they would turn her into brain rot. They'd
I'm
call her
thinking of like
brain
a
rot.
brainwave image of her like face on front of a leaf type of thing, and it's got that distinctive AI gloss to it.
Yeah.
If I was Kathy and saw that, I'd die on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was a very, and going back to how it's the starter for season 2, it's a really, really good episode for starter for season 2 because it represents a lot of the things in season 2. The more focus on comedy, the more focus on side characters, the deeper messages. You know, it's not just the Harvey Fee and Foo adventure show. No, it's a lot more than that.
I
How
mean,
it's
season
built
one
like
had plenty of episodes like that as well, but season two definitely expanded upon it in a big way, and this was kind of the first big example of that seen throughout the season.
Yeah. I mean, for crying out loud, we end up seeing Fee and Foo less as the episodes go on.
Very
yeah.
true.
It's also very interesting the role of Fee in the episode. Now that I mentioned Fee and Foo, because like the first person to acknowledge Kathy and what she wants isn't Harvey nor Kathy herself. It's Fee. So like
Sure.
it shows more maturity out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fee, I feel like is really like emotionally smart as season 2 goes on. She like we see a lot of like depth and integrity from her side. I really like watching it.
Yeah, Fee is definitely up there as like one of the best characters in the show, and this like unintentionally because I feel like she wasn't really written with much. Yeah, the episode has a lot of deep writing, but I don't think Fee and Foo's roles specifically are that cared for in the writing, probably. But unintentionally, they made a very mature side of Fee right there.
For sure.
So yeah, that's Kathy with a K. That's I think I've summed up everything I want to say. I will leave my script down in the comment section.
Okay, cool. So if
Yeah.
anyone wants to read that, yeah, you feel free to. And then Leave It to Kathy, while not as good, is still a very strong episode. I mean, after Kathy of a K, I was left wanting more, which is what you want type of thing. So to get more of that kind of thing was really great. And yeah, I also rate it pretty, not like super highly, but it's a fun watch as well.
Sure, for sure. Also, I want to leave you guys with an interesting fact at the end. Kathy and Randall's mom have the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a lot of things like that. I believe C.H. Greenblatt does two very, very different voices in the show as well. Jade and someone
Jeremy
else.
and Jade.
That's right,
Jeremy and
Jeremy.
Jade.
Yes.
I think he
Yeah.
also voices the squirrels besides Jean-Luc.
Wow, that's nuts.
Literally nuts.
Literally nuts. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, look at us finally getting some puns in. I'm surprised no one was able to do a leaf pun in this episode because that's another big aspect.
It's okay. It's okay. I think we got a little carried away. But still,
Yes.
really good episode.
Yes.
I had fun recording.
Very much. Alright, thank you guys ever so much for listening. All of our social medias will be linked in the description of the video on YouTube. I am unfortunately unable to get it to work on Podbean right now, so we're just running off the YouTube right now, but hopefully going to expand to other platforms as time goes on. But thank you ever so much, guys. I'm TJ, and I'm signing off.
And there's one last thing.
Yeah.
Send this video to somebody that when they see a bunch of pigeons flying in the air and pooping, they just look in the air and open their mouth.
What?
There you go.
Bye,
Guys.
everybody.